Welcome to this tutorial on the if keyword in C. We'll walk through a simple program that demonstrates how if statements work. First, the program includes two standard headers: standard input-output for input and output functions, and standard library for the atoy function, which converts strings to integers. Inside the main function, we declare two variables: a small character array to store user input as text, and an integer to hold the converted number. The program runs three examples: less than 5, equal to 5, and greater than 5. First example, less than 5. The program prints, less than 5 example. Then it asks the user, enter a number from 0 to 9. It reads the input using fgets, stores it in number, and converts it to an integer using atwa. Next comes the if statement. If number less than 5. If the condition is true, it prints that number is less than 5. If the condition is not true, meaning the number entered is 5 or greater, then the code inside the if block does not run. Second example, equal to 5. The program prints, equal to 5 example. Again, it asks for a number, reads it, and converts it. The if statement here is, if number equals 5. Notice the double equals sign. This checks for equality. If the user entered 5, the program prints, that number is equal to 5. Third example, greater than 5. The program prints, greater than 5 example. It repeats the input process. The if statement is, if number greater than 5. If the number is greater than 5, it prints, that number is greater than 5. Finally, the program prints, no more examples, and returns 0, ending the program. This program shows how the if keyword lets you run code only when a condition is true. The conditions use comparison operators, for less than, for equal to, and for greater than. By changing these conditions, you can control the flow of your program based on user input. Here is a second bonus example of a C program to help understand the if keyword. It starts with 3 header files. Standard input-output for functions like printf and fgets. Standard library provides functions like atoy to convert strings to integers. And string handling function provides string manipulation functions like string complement span. This is the entry point of the program. It returns an integer to the operating system, usually 0 for success. Then you have your variable declarations. Tax1 and tax2 are integers used for calculations. Height, weight, and age are character arrays to store user input. Each hold up to 9 characters plus the null terminator. For input collection, printf displays a prompt to the user. Fgets reads a line of input from standard input into height. It includes the new line character when the user presses enter. String complement span finds the index of the first new line character in height and removes the new line created by pressing the enter key. Without this, the string would include a new line, which can cause issues when converting to integers or comparing strings. In this case, it is not strictly required because atoy ignores white space and new line, but it makes the string cleaner and avoids unexpected behavior if the string is reused later. Moving on to conversion and calculation. Atoy converts a string to an integer. Tax1 is the product of height and age. Tax2 is the product of weight and age. The output is conditional on which tax has a larger value. Now, let's run the program and enter some values to see what it looks like. In next week's video titled Introducing the Else Keyword in C Programming Practical Examples and Code Modifications, we will modify the 2 programs used in this video with the else keyword. This will make the programs more efficient and practical.